He submerged in patch 3.3.5 AOL 7.0. Look into the mind of a guy behind a noble house. He thinks RP is a pastime activity. The toxicity of our city, Okay, I was just playing. I'm sorry. What's up, y'all? Pharaoh's Corner again. No, my bad. My bad. CoTh Cast. Excuse me. And it's early in the damn morning for me. Might not be for y'all. But good morning, good afternoon, however you do. We gonna get into it. Alright, yeah, so this CoTh Cast 3.0 takeover. Gonna hop right into it. Server news. We got some new members on the staff, which I'm very excited about. I think it's important to give these people their recognition just because they're the ones who are actually answering our every whim and complaint. No, they help us make things happen with events and improving our profiles, helping to make sure we're following the guidelines, and even there to help settle out disputes and things of that nature. So they're not getting paid, so be respectful to thine GM. I know that different personalities conflict, but it seems like a stressful position, so just keep that in mind. First up, we got a nice 4 squad. Got a cool 4-pack of GMs, all pretty legendary in my opinion. We got Spiky, Caravan, Regan, and Saul, and they've all been pretty current, and not current's not the word I want to use, even though it applies. I'm thinking of frequent, I'll say, on the forums and in game. And so that's congratulations to them. I'd applaud, but I don't think that would sound right. So yeah, consideration of them. Another 4-pack we got is new forum helpers. You got to also give up to the forum helpers, especially. It's a position that I respect and I appreciate because, like I said in one of the threads before we had forum helpers, I like stopped even caring to get my characters approved, which is something you never want to do. But I mean, it was just took too long the process, and you had the token at 50. You got most of the powers or abilities that you could use in game for RP. I just was like, forget it, because it was like 2 months after, or maybe a month and a half, and then you forget and lose the will or want to have that character. I guess these forum helpers really helped the system move smooth. I remember talking to Loxy one time. I was like, man, I got a profile approved in 4 hours. It's ridiculous. Same day, and this having on, and it's obviously a lot of work for when the GMs had to do it, plus all the in-game stuff. I think it was like 8 to maybe 10 people, different time zones, and who knows how many character profiles. I mean, and some people like to be straight to the point, but there's some people out there that write some books for character profiles. And it's cool because you're all excited about your character, but somebody who's less excited has to read God knows how much, and then make sure that it applies to lore. And I'm sure that some people enjoy them, and there's been some great ones that I've seen. GM's like, man, this was a great read, So I mean, more props to you. I'm not saying or trying to discourage long profiles. It's just something I've noticed. It's it all adds in and applies to how long these processes take to go out. So something to keep in mind. I've seen a couple people in out of character chat, or in the out of character area in Shattersphere, like just waiting for their profiles to get approved, bugging GMs, not bugging them, but being persistent. And just keep that in mind. It takes a long time to get some of these done, and it's way faster than it has ever been. So the new forum helpers, we got Raugen, Matthias, And Ozwes, I don't know, Ozewse, props to you. I shouted you out in the last one. I can't say your name. Ozwes, we're going to have to get one of them parentheses next to your stuff. And Wovums, what's up, Wovums? So, yeah, shout out to them. I think we're running out of purple paint, Gradcore says. Well, also, we got some new areas which had me pretty much surprised when I came on. I was just doing a whole bunch of other stuff and then finally hopped on the forums one day and saw Shades Fell Hold. This place looks sweet. I went in game to go check it out myself. It's really sweet. The thing that I like about our custom locations that we have here is the attention to detail. There's a lot of intricate things that are placed, whether they're like food dishes, candles, chairs, or bookcases, or things that really add to the atmosphere and really make the locations that are believable. This place even has a backstory to it, and it's tied really good in lore, makes sense and everything. And it's one of those things where this and the next two locations I'm gonna talk about briefly, I really dare people to RP there. I see sometimes there's these great ideas in these places, and sometimes they get underused. Like, I think that these are the places where we can really really, I guess, shine. It's like a friggin' castle almost, you know what I mean? And these two places, the new what's the new two places? Sun's Ascent, and Solace, I believe. Solace Village, yeah. And it's like, come on, there. He says if there's enough interest that we can probably have a council, kind of like how they did Hearthglen. And I know that there's a lot of places and a lot of people who try to get that political RP off, and it's really hard to get that in like Silver Moon or Stormwind because there's legit and lore bound representatives of the city that you can't really kick out of office. But in places like these, you can really get that off. Like how I think it was the Commoners Party. I'm not sure if it was the Commoners Party, but they were trying to, way back in the day, I think in their original version, if you will, I want to say was campaigning to be like the mayor of Goldshire. It might not have been Communist Party, but I know that somebody was doing that, and they were getting pretty successful with it. I think that this is something that you could potentially do with either of these places. I'm sure that the GMs may, let some of these things and encourage if you have a well thought out story about how, you guys can really get some things going on. Just so many options, it seems like, and you can look on the, I'm not going to run down this whole thread, but you can look at them. They're just right in the server news. They have details on what every place has, town structure, and Solace. It's got the military, the community. It just shows notes, everything you need to know about the city, both cities. The only thing is about the latter two, Sun's Ascent and Solace Village, you need to have the patch installed. I think Credle's got a link to that. It's pretty simple. I did it in about a minute, and I'm very, I guess, slow around computers. I can get around them, but I'm not too savvy. Yeah, it's good stuff out there. Pretty happy. Hats out to all the hard work that it took to do these places. These both towns, all three of them really are just large spans of places to RP on top of all of the places that we have now. And the thing is we got a lot to work with, and it was a lot better now than it's ever been since I've been here. So those kind of things need to be acknowledged. Yeah, a couple points of interest that I saw in the GM suggestions forum. One of our lovely GMs, Lox Martin, had a suggestion, which I thought was pretty cool. She's got to clear out the stores and maybe some other houses too, in parentheses, about like some of the cities. I think that would be cool. So there's a lot of people who like to, I guess, have a place of residence for their character, which is understandable. And there's a lot of good structure and setup for the cities, but sometimes they're just filled with miscellaneous vendors for the different tiers of I guess levels. Like some sell gear from 1 to I don't know 30 something, and then you guys play this game, so. And then we don't even use that anyway, because there's better vendors at Shattersphere, and we got add RP item. So, they're kind of useless. Now, I know that, or I can't say I know this for sure, but it's under my um, understanding, or assumption, I'd say, I believe Credo still wants the game to be functionable, if you will. So I'm assuming if somebody was playing straight through or whatever, they couldn't do that. I'm not sure. I can't say that for certain. It might be wildly incorrect. Maybe it's just too difficult or whatever. But there are a couple of people that support the idea. I do as well. And it'd be cool to have other people be able to set up shops, because a lot of the interiors are obviously stores. But if some characters for vendors, there was another post people wanted to have their profession out of game or in game but out of character represent their in character, so you could open a tailor shop if you have 400 out of 400 or something, and that would be cool, and it would be authentic in a way, and people could come to your store, and there wouldn't be an NPC that you'd have to ignore and stuff like that, and I think it'd be pretty cool. An event planning. I want to say Afatoros. I don't know if that's how you say it, Afatoros, whatever. He plays Astis. He's got Poison in the Moon Battlefield Kalimdor. It's a really good thread, and it looks like it's awesome. They say that the Warlock Guldar believes he can cripple the elven defenses. He has given you a relic in a rune stone glowing with magic. He has asked you to make your way to Rainwood Retreat and place it in the Moonwell. From there you will proceed to Ashtranar and place a similar stone in the lake. So they're literally trying to poison the Moonwell, which is dope. I think that I've just returned. I've always liked the zone Ashenvale, but I've never really had a reason for my characters to go there. And with the Firewolves helping out the Deadeye Watchers or working with them, there's a lot of RP and I think it's Splinter Tree. And I mean, Ashenvale is just a great place to be, and having a battle there is just genius. And Orcs versus Night Elves are like almost the coolest on each team fighting each other. So I think it's something that we should support. He moved it to next Sunday. I'm not sure in the exact time. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I want to say that would be 2 p.m. server time. I'm not sure. No, it's not. He says 1 p.m. server time. Yeah, so it'll be next Sunday, 1 p.m. server time. There's sign-ups for it. I believe Alliance is full. One person left for Horde, which is sweet. Be a cool way to get a character in there. I suggestive for anybody who wants to really have a really good Warcraft RP or Warcraft based RP. He's got some pretty good ideas. He came out with the Eclipse and just had these riddles that were so sweet. There's a lot of witty stuff with Afatoros, so most definitely check it out. Now I'm going to go on to the point. The reason why I do these still. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like being helpful to people coming on. Obviously, it's August and, some people are returning to school or some people are about to. So if you're still here, you're probably about to stay here. Welcome. But and for the other people who might come back, welcome, or I'll see you when you come back. The service statistics, ladies and gentlemen. I'm always going for the Horde. I'm pro Horde. Conquest of the Horde, let's get it in. Last 24 hours, Horde has it 52.7%. Alliance has 47.3%. The numbers are 588 to 527. So we was owning that day. Last 2 days, we lost. Wait, no, we still have it. For some reason, it's not equal. I don't know. I'll just read it. You guys can do the math yourselves. It says Horde 714 players or characters logged on, I'm assuming. 43.1% versus Alliance with their 649 and 38.7%. Last 7 days, we got it for a week. 51.6% to 48.4%. Total players are still Alliance. This baffles me. It makes me sad. 2,390 with 51%. Horde 2,299 with 49%. Breaks my heart, but I'll get over it. Okay, so most characters human. Then Blood Elf. Numbers are 26.1% human, 21.8% Blood Elf. And then next is Night Elf. Elves are sweet. You guys can hate on elves all you want, but statistics don't lie. People like elves. Let it go. Actually, people like humans, but let's see, what don't people like? No, I ain't gonna say it like that. But the least played, the most opportunity to be had, ladies and gentlemen, are with Tauren, gnomes, and dwarves. Which dwarves are sweet. I just got my first dwarf. Stone form, I'm surprised so many people don't use this power in character. This seems like the best natural ability in the game. I can turn stone for a couple of minutes, a couple seconds. That's great. What? Nobody else can do anything that cool, I don't think. Off the top. Tauren, they're sweet. Gnomes, they're geniuses. And they're sweet, and they're funny. You can't hate. Well, actually, they're not necessarily always funny. I can't say that, but they waddle, so that's funny to me. Characters shared by class, warrior. Like I said, most versatile class. With everything you can wield and equip. 23.9%. Next is rogue. Still 13.8%. Lowest are druid 4.5%. Death Knight 5%. Shaman 5.2%. Numbers all ranging in the 200s. So that's pretty interesting. Middle ground is Paladin, Hunter, Mage. My favorite class, I'd say, is probably a Hunter or a Mage. Death Knights are just cool, I think. But I don't know. I can't get into rogues for some reason. See, I don't know. It just seems like that middle class. And the thing is this is why I kind of ask people to, I guess, educate me on what rogues can do. What spells do rogues have that can be casted to make a animation? Like with Mage, I can cast Blink and I don't have to be attacking anything, or you know what I mean? I don't know what rogues can do, or I'd pick them more. But from all what I assume is you have to be in combat to use most of rogues' abilities. And I don't know how their talent tree things work, because I know you get spells with your talent tree. So I don't know. So if anybody is listening still, please let me know on that. But yeah, I wouldn't get a rogue, and I'm not trying to discourage anybody to not get a rogue, but this is just my opinion. I wouldn't get a rogue because I'd rather get a warrior, because I can equip more. And then if I'm gonna go the sneaky route with a rogue, I just get a hunter and then I get a pet. So I don't know. And I could have a gun maybe, depending on if my character uses guns, but it's just awesome. Blunderbuss. Let's see, characters shared by level. We got some more 80s coming on. That's good. I'm not sure what it was last time, but I want to say there was more 50s and 1 through 9s. But yeah, we got 27.3% characters level. That's probably because of them forum helpers. I'm telling you. Let's see. I believe that is it. Oh no. How could I forget? Guilds, baby. Let's see. The top 5 I know has to have changed. I know the first one probably didn't, though. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Alright. Number 5, Frostbrand Expedition. Frostbrands are sweet. Still holding it down for Alliance at 29 members. Frostbrands is... I was talking about them in the last post, where Clovis was, kind of inviting others to, I guess, get creative with events and start moving things like that. I'm sure, or I already know that there's multiple threads on that, so if you're looking for some nautical marine RP, Check that out. And it's probably awesome. Ash Wardens. I see a lot of Ash Wardens popping up. And the GM guild leader is Anthrion, if that's how you say it. And I don't know who this player is, or I don't know who the GM is. I don't know anything about the Ash Wardens. It's Alliance Guild. They got 31 members. I'll have to look that up. I'm gonna have a pause and then come back with a whole bunch of information, not suspiciously. Guess who's back? Back again. The Pharaoh with information. Yo, so I just read this whole post, and it seems awesome. I'm surprised I never saw it. This character is a Krillari, which I didn't know that either. And this is basically a night elf guild fighting for the war in Ashen Vales with the orcs. So I mean, you can either take it, look at your sides. You can get with the Ash Wardens, or you can go, join the horde with Battlefield Kalimdor with Apharotos or Aphatoros. My bad. I'm horrible with names, and I'm probably still saying it wrong. But I'm trying, people. I'm trying. So the point is it's number 4, 31 members. Ashen Vale RP, working with Wardens. I know that they said that you're expected to hold the culture and lifestyle of what would be expected of somebody of Caldori culture in your position, working for the Watchers and Wardens. So that'd be something to keep in mind. You know what I mean? You don't want to have your unorthodox Caldori roll up there thinking you're about to get love. This probably ain't gonna happen. Number 3, the Argent Crusade by Krillari with the Horde Guild. 37 members. Argent Crusade, you already know the deal. It's great. Blood Knights, number 2. A little adjusting around here by Edrandri. I hate elfin names, I swear. Alright, this name has to be Locksmartin because I can't say it. But I'm not sure. But I want to say it's Locksmartin for real. Horde. 45 members. Jumped up pretty big. I got a Blood Knight. I had him join. I had to. It's cool that this is something that is really sweet. It makes sense to do, I hope. We're available to do this more often. Obviously, a GM leads a lore-based faction that we can join and participate, that can go on campaigns and really feel like, you're doing something, accomplishing something, completing something, and with the lore, and you're actually a hero within the society. I think that's a really great idea. The reason why those 2 guilds are 2 and 3 is probably because people agree. People want to do those kind of things. I know. Oh, for the love of God, let us be S17, SI7, please. Let us do that. Somebody, a GM right now who ain't got nothing to do, please start this guild. Beg Credo to let that happen. I don't even like Alliance, and I'll join that twice. Number 1, Black Harvest by Saul. It's got Jared Richter. I'm going to tone it down because I always be getting hype about this part, but you know what I mean? This is the 3rd CoTh Cast. We already know. Horde faction. But 98 members. Come on, man. 98 members. It's all Forsaken, too? What? Come on, man. Congratulations. Not like I said, this is not a competition. I'm not supporting him in that way. I'm not saying congratulations because you have this. Just, you have kept the interest for a very long time. Kept it original. Shattering amount of members. And they're Forsaken. Who, don't get me wrong, Forsaken are cool. I like Forsaken. I really do. But it was hard to really get them. It was hard to get their RP going because, to be undead, they have different perceptions, and it's hard to get a everyday kind of consistent society of Forsaken because, all Forsaken aren't really gloomy and, negative. And then if you put them in sometimes a positive spotlight, like if they go to Silver Moon or if they go to Orgrimmar, they're always kind of looked at as weird or treated like, and it's hard to really kind of develop your character with a Forsaken. And I think that's why the numbers were so low, or one of the reasons I'd say. So, congratulations for being able to keep that interest and be able to do something and make RP that people enjoy. That's what we're here for. So, that's what's up.